I'll be the first to admit I'm probably not cut out for the roller coaster ride of crypto, so I had to just step away for a moment and write some content and record this for simply some peace of mind. Let's see if I can get through this video without looking over at the volatile meme coin charts where I've got money riding on some pretty risky memes right now. And there's a good chance they'll either tank hard by the time this video is finished, or they'll hit a god candle. This right here is my major play at the moment, which is close to diving into losses if it dips further down. You can see down there my buy point at 4 AM this morning. Should I have sold the top? I can't tell you how many times I did that and it wasn't the top. The truth is, I've been in crypto since 2014, on and off at first, and then pretty deep since 2017. But not just for the magical internet money. While that's nice when you make some wins, there's much more to being in crypto than you might think. To be fair, everything I have in there has grown from the small amount of $100 I spent on Bitcoin in 2014. I didn't make a fortune from that, and there are plenty of tops I should have sold, but I've come out with enough to play around. And that's just it for me. I love experimenting with new technology. But you know what I'm really in it for? It's the human psychology and the social anthropology of the crypto space. It's fascinating. There's no other realm of human engagement that can teach you more about your own ability to manage emotions and behavioral biases, or to navigate the eternal forces of cause and effect. Covering the multifaceted phenomenon of crypto is an entire other topic, which I'll come back to at another time. I want to explore what we can learn from it and apply to our lives more broadly. Nothing sums up this complexity more simply than the Degen curve meme, which is widely shared among crypto degens. So we're going to take a deeper look at how this meme aligns perfectly with the teachings of Baruch Spinoza, a famous 17th century Dutch philosopher. So Spinoza's ideas were revolutionary and controversial, leading to his excommunication from the Jewish community and his books being placed on the Catholic Church's index of forbidden books. But his philosophical contributions have endured, influencing a vast range of fields from metaphysics and ethics to politics and psychology. So this here is my version of the meme for a community token that I'm holding at the moment called on the Solana network. I'll come to why makes so much sense shortly in this context. So the character with the M's on the left side represents those who are depicted as blissfully ignorant. The figure in the middle of the curve is paralyzed by overthinking, and the character on the right is someone who is depicted as insightful and content. So let's delve into this a bit deeper. Our guy on the left of the curve is your classic degen. That's someone who apes into any opportunity presented to them. They don't think twice and they'll happily gamble without really doing any research. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging this guy. There's a bit of him in all of us, and sometimes in life we just have to go for it. Sometimes he wins and sometimes he loses, but he doesn't look back and learn much from the results. He's too busy stumbling into the next big thing. You could say he's someone who acts on basic desires and impulses without reflection, which actually aligns with Spinoza's concept of people who are driven by external forces and passions, living without understanding the true nature of good and bad. In the middle of our curve is the mid-curver. He overthinks and never makes a move on anything. On the occasions that he does make a move, he's highly stressed and reactive. If it works out, he's ecstatic and he starts to think that he's right curve. But if it starts to turn sour, he'll be the first to blame everyone else except himself. He represents those who become overwhelmed by the complexities of life. This aligns then with what Spinoza explained as individuals who understand good and bad, but are unable to act according to their rational understanding due to their overpowering emotions and extrinsic motivations, such as the pursuit of wealth for its own sake. On the right of the curve is our wizard, or I like to think of him as a Jedi. He bears some similarity to the lefty in that he apes into things without overthinking. But while his decisions appear instant and irrational, they are in fact highly instinctive based on his experience. The major difference is that the right curve Degen is aware of his reactions and will learn from them to improve his future actions. He aligns with Spinoza's ideal of a person who acts out of reason and intrinsic motivation. This person seeks joy, an active emotion for Spinoza that arises from increasing one's power of acting and understanding. This guy makes informed choices based on self-awareness and understanding of cause and effect, similar to Spinoza's wise person who seeks to align their desires with the knowledge of God or of nature. Spinoza argues that by understanding the world and our place within it, we align ourselves with a natural order, leading to true happiness. In the context of this meme, the Jedi, or our character's joy, might be found in the pursuit of meaningful activities aligned with their nature and their understanding, not merely the pursuit of pleasure or the avoidance of pain. While this meme is a common guide to crypto natives, we can see how it actually applies to other areas of day-to-day life. Here's a few scenarios where the different positions on the curve and the associated behaviours can be observed in day-to-day life. Fitness and dieting is a really interesting one to look at. The left curve individual might indulge without regard for nutritional information or the long-term effects of their diet and exercise habits. The mid-curve person would become overwhelmed with calorie counting, macronutrient ratios, and the latest diet trends, causing stress and potential decision paralysis. The right curver, however, seeks a balanced approach to health informed by a good understanding of nutrition and exercise, but also listens to their body's needs and enjoys their lifestyle. We can also look at career and education. So on the left of the curve, you might choose a job or a course without much thought about passion or career progression. You might be content with the status quo or just be trying to meet the needs and expectations of other people like your parents. In the middle, someone might overanalyze career choices or education paths, leading to anxiety and difficulty in making decisions due to fear of making the wrong choice. And then the person on the right side approaches their career strategically, motivated by personal fulfillment and growth, but they remain flexible and don't overthink every step. And then we can look at general consumer behaviour. The lefty could make purchases on a whim without considering their actual needs or the financial consequences. A person in the middle might agonize over every purchase, researching excessively and struggle with decision making, potentially missing out on necessary or fulfilling purchases. On the right, you could make informed purchases, and that brings joy and utility without succumbing to impulsive buying or simply overthinking every choice. So the insights of the curve mindset reflect varying degrees of thoughtfulness, impulsivity, and self-awareness in decision-making processes. The key takeaway then is balance between instinctive reactions and informed decisions. We're aiming for a rational yet fulfilling approach to life. So let's get back to crypto for a little bit. So applying this mindset of the curve to everyday life is actually really hard when we apply it to behavioural patterns we're so ingrained with. That's why dipping your toe into crypto and Web3 culture is actually the best place to train yourself. And no, that doesn't require you to even trade crypto at all. There's so much more to explore. But to understand what you're getting yourself into, This tweet from a woman I really admire in the crypto space sums up the raw truth of it all. She says, "Crypto is so contentious because it's right on the edge and overtly unapologetic about all the things most people want to deny. The best and worst of human nature and ingenuity on show. It's astounding to witness. Most people have no interest in that much truth and, alas, crypto." If you really want to face up to your own human nature, then crypto is the ultimate arena to test your mettle. It does require focus and getting in the trenches to learn the emerging tech. It does require sound judgment and a highly skeptical attitude. But learning the tech is easy. We all did it when the internet started, and dial-up modems and clunky web browsers were so alien to us. I remember that. The masses will do it again. The technology is not the barrier, the culture is. Where the money flows, the grifters will go, and boy does that money flow in crypto. Unfortunately, the negative side of crypto is what makes headlines, and understandable when scammers like SBF of the FTX exchange cost people so much money. But the percentage of loud and dodgy grifters, while visible, is actually quite small. What most people don't realise is that the majority form an incredible culture full of creative, hard-working nerds that are innovating. Don't ever bet against that. I've quoted this before, and I'll say it again, from Chris Dixon in his book Read, Write, Own. What the smartest people do in the weekends is what everyone will do during the week in 10 years. So here's the alpha. The best place to be right now is an app called Warpcast. I won't befuddle you with the tech. Just know that's where the innovation is happening right now, and it's still mostly void of the noise that you get on what is known as crypto Twitter. Warpcast is an app on the app stores, and it's part of a blockchain called Farcaster. It's like a cross between Twitter and Reddit, and it's elegantly simple to use and to find niche groups in interest channels, which don't all revolve around crypto and Web3 either. But just like the technology, jumping into the underbelly of crypto culture is not always required. When the internet started, you had to jump into forums with a lot of nerds to learn about how to make things work. But nowadays, the tricky stuff is under the surface of the internet. We just get about and do it. In crypto, the tools and services will revolutionize the way that we do everyday things like business, banking, voting, property purchases. But the technology will also end up under the surface, along with the nerds and the degens. And they won't need to know about the protocol layers, the general public. They won't need to know terms like NFT or ERC. So there's so much to learn, but if you want to just sit back and do nothing, you will end up using it whether you like it or not. But if you want to be an early adopter and take advantage of the massive opportunities of an emerging technology, then just get in there, learn the tech, but more importantly, become self-aware, aware of the degen curve, and make informed decisions, but try not to be too mid-curve. Okay, I'm a bit nervous to do this, but let's see if I lost thousands of dollars while talking to you. Okay. As I expected, we bounced off the previous support line and it's going back up. Honestly, I knew that was going to happen. I'm so right, Curve. Till next time, do well, degens.